You're back. Wow, I'm surprised. That's exciting. I just started reading Jigsaw Jones, the very first Jigsaw Jones book I ever wrote, The Case of Hermie, the Missing Hamster, and now I'm up to chapters 3 and 4. So we'll get through those, and again, thank you for being here and checking this out, and hopefully just enjoying a book. Chapter 3, A Matter of Life and Death. On Monday morning, I was standing in the rain under a bright pink umbrella. Don't laugh. I couldn't find my Batman umbrella, so I had to borrow my sister's pink one. It even had flowers on it. I'd rather get wet. Everybody knows tough guys hate pink. But those are the breaks when you're the youngest. I've got 3 older brothers and an older sister. People say it's easy being the youngest in the family. Well, I've got news for you. People are wrong. If you're the youngest, you get bossed around. You never win a fight. Your brothers call you Worm and Shorty. And your parents make you wear baggy hand-me-down clothes and borrow your sister's pink umbrella. At school, I sat in Miss Gleason's class, room 201. There were 16 kids in our class, including Mila. It was an okay day. For Monday. During science, we learned about the seashore, and for social studies, we studied Christopher Columbus. Monday was also an art day. I got to draw whatever I wanted. It came out pretty good. Here's a picture of Jigsaw's artwork. This obviously has Thinking of Hermie. Mila and I got our chance right before lunch. It was time for desk work. Miss Gleason was grading papers. We walked up to her desk. Miss Gleason, I said. Miss Gleason looked up and smiled. Yes, what can I do for you two? We really need to learn about snakes and hamsters, I said. Miss Gleason put down her blue pencil. This sounds serious. It is, Mila answered. Very serious, I whispered. It's a matter of life and death. Miss Gleason put her hand over her mouth. Her eyes got wide. Oh, goodness, she said. Can you help us? I asked. Well, I'll certainly try, she replied. Miss Gleason looked at the wall clock. In her loud teacher voice, she said, Class, lunch is in 2 minutes. Please put away your projects and line up along the wall. She looked at Charlie Maloney, goofing around with Mike Radcliffe. Miss Gleason suddenly looked tired. She pushed her hair away from her face. Without killing each other, she added. Miss Gleason turned back to us. Well, she said, I can think of a number of ways you could find out about hamsters and snakes. How about you? I thought of one, I said, asking you. Miss Gleason smiled. That's a start, Jigsaw. How about you, Mila? Mila answered, well, you could look in a book or maybe talk to somebody who knows a lot. Yeah, I said, like an expert. Excellent, Miss Gleason said. One of you can go to the library, either here at school or in town. I'm sure a librarian could help you find many wonderful books. You might even want to visit a computer room and try searching the internet. My mom can probably take me to the library after school, Mila said. I frowned. What about me? Well, Jigsaw, Miss Gleason said, it looks like it's your job to find an expert. Oh, brother, I always get the dirty work. Chapter 4, World of Reptiles. Our plan was set. After school, Milo went to the town library to read about snakes. It was my job to visit a local pet store. World of Reptiles. We decided to meet back at my house in an hour. There was only one problem. I needed a ride. Fortunately, my 16-year-old brother Billy had just gotten his driver's license. He always jumps at the chance of borrowing my mom's car. Screech! Billy slammed on the brakes in front of the pet store. He told me he'd pick me up in 10 minutes. Make it 15, I said. You got it, Jigsaw. Billy was my favorite brother. He was the only one who called me Jigsaw. My brothers Daniel and Nicholas were tied for second place. My sister, Hillary, came in last. I know it wasn't her fault, but I was still unhappy about the umbrella. World of Reptiles was a dark, stuffy little store. There was one customer inside. He was a skinny man with a leather jacket and black boots. Behind a counter sat a dark-haired woman. She smiled at me. She had a snake tattoo on her right arm. Can I help you? She asked. Just looking, I said. Reptile tanks and cages lined the walls. The store had every kind of weird animal you could imagine. It had skinks, ferrets, Gila monsters, box turtles, talking parrots, even monkeys wearing diapers. It also had snakes. Lots and lots of snakes. Small, skinny ones, and very, very big ones. I stopped in front of the biggest cage. It was glass, about 10 feet tall. Inside there was a yellow python thicker than my leg. It was curled up in a corner. It must have been 30 feet long. What does he eat? I asked the lady. She pointed to a large metal cage. I looked. It was filled with rabbits. He eats bunnies? I asked. She nodded. I glanced at the cage again. Poor little fuzzballs. Another customer went up to the counter. I'll take 6 mice, he ordered. After he left, I went up to the woman. I didn't know people kept mice as pets. I said, Oh, no, she answered. They aren't pets. The mice are food. Snake food. I gulped. Would a snake eat a hamster? She explained a snake would love to eat a hamster, but people buy the white mice instead. They're cheaper. She came around the counter and led me to a cage. Inside were 2 rosy boas. I'll show you a picture here. It goes across the spread here. There we go. There's Jigsaw in the pet store. 2 weeks ago, she said, pointing at a tan snake with a reddish tip on its tail, this slippery rascal got out. In the morning, I found him on top of the hamster cage. Did he eat the hamsters? I asked. She shook her head. No, they were safe. The hamster lid was on very tight. She pushed the wire roof. It didn't budge an inch. Can hamsters escape? I asked. Sure, she said, but only if the lid isn't on tight enough. How do they get out? I asked. Can they climb glass walls like Spider-Man? No, she said with a laugh. They jump and hang on to the edge. Actually, it's pretty amazing. I thanked the nice woman and headed for the door. I'd seen enough snakes to last a lifetime. I'll stop right here. That was chapters 3 and 4. And if you want, come back and I'll keep this thing going. And I promise to read the entire book before we're through. And why not? I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day, you guys. Get outside. Enjoy this beautiful world. I'm reading this. Today is April 2nd of the year 2020. A time I'm sure we will all remember. Thank you very much.